Okay, now, this is actually a similar problem to what came out sa board exam no November 2013 based on our reference book, si Eli Sinsure. Now, however, iniba ko lang just in case ba lalabas. Now, most of the problems sa board exam, I think yung plastic centroid 5 or 6 times na lumabas, all of which are actually the condition states no na by the way, if ever may naririnig kayo sa audio, if ever choppy yung audio ko, please call my attention ha para maayos ko. So anyway, most of the problems sa board exam with regards to plastic centroid neglect the concrete area displaced by the steel. Okay, so again, if I'll try to draw again this is your concrete. Okay, usually yan yung column natin. And for example, yan. Yan, halimbawa yan yung reinforcement. Anyway, nasaan tayo T-beam, no? Sige, T-beam na lang ilagay ko. Yan, for example, yan yung reinforcement natin. Yan. Okay? Now, later on, 'di ba kailangan natin yung ang force ng concrete is area of the concrete times 0.85 S prime, which is the stress. However, the area of the concrete na ginagamit natin usually is the gross area, which is ang dapat sana, especially pag columns, is the net area. Now, if you remember, yung strength ng column natin no, sa axially loaded column is 0.85, concrete pala FC prime, AG minus AS, di ba? AG minus AST. Because unlike sa beam no, that we can actually just neglect kasi nga counting lang yung reinforcement sa beam, okay, yung steel ratio ba sa beam compared sa steel ratio sa column. Sa steel ratio sa column, it can actually go up to 8%. Di ba? Alam natin yan. So, kaya dapat we need to consider the area talaga. However, sa board exam, usually, ang ginagawa, neglect na lang. But ang ginawa ko dito, binago ko, just in case ba. Anyway, we will try to solve this one considering the concrete area displaced by the compressive steel. But anyway, walang problema, same pa din. Meron lang magbabago ng konti sa problem. Okay? So let's try to look at the problem daw. So to comply daw with the architectural requirements, a column daw in a non-sway frame is of T section. Kung mapapansin nyo, same lang talaga yung wording sa previous na mga exam. So we are given with the longitudinal bars. We have AS1 and AS2. Now unlike last time, the AS1 and AS2 iba, ngayon is, same lang ngayon, AS1 and AS2. Iba na, no? So we have 6 for AS1. Notice, we have 4 rows here, and then another 2 rows here, yan. 6 for AS1, and then we have AS2 is 4 28 mm diameter bars. Sandali lang. Yan. Okay? So we have 4 28 mm diameter bars for the tension. Yan, no? Yan. Okay, both are actually okay, again, although this one is in tension and compression, again, we'll just actually analyze this one since we are trying to solve for the plastic centroid. We will analyze this one as a compression bars. Okay, so longitudinal ties, we have 10 mm diameter bars with FY275. Clear cover of the ties is 40 mm. Dimensions, we have H1 is 250. So, ayan, 250 yan. And then we have H2, 350. Ito, 350 to. And then B1, that is 150. Ito, 150. While B2 is actually 300. So, medyo malaki pala yung concrete natin dito sa web. So, anyway, consider bending about line 1. By the way, line 1, same last time, no? Line 1 is actually here. Nasa pinaka-left. Left concrete fiber natin. Dyan. And then, we are asked, no? And then, consider then the concrete area displaced by the compressive steel. So, question number 1, we are asked, determine the location of the geometric centroid of the section from line 1 along the x-axis. Okay, so question number 1, we are focused sa geometric centroid. So, this is actually very easy, no? Again, pag geometric centroid, always thought, kung mapapansin nyo, this is a passboard problem similar. And then, notice nyo na sa previous problem din natin, di ba? Ganito din ang line of questioning. Tignan nyo, geometric centroid, plastic centroid, and then, meron tayong load, okay? And then, applied at a certain distance from the plastic centroid or from the line 1. And then, tinanong tayo, what is the ultimate moment? Tama, ultimate or bending moment. So, in a way, ganito yun. Ano ba yung unang lumabas? I think ito yung unang lumabas. Last time kasi yung na-solve natin, I think May 2015. Di ba? So, ganun talaga. Study the password problems. Once na-solve nyo na yung password problems, rest assured, if babalik yan, okay, then you can easily solve for that problem. Sige, so solving for the geometric centroid, I'll try to declare the variables muna. Again, for the geometric centroid, just consider the area, gross area of concrete. So, tawagin ko to. Area 1 will be this, ito, Separate natin yan dito. So this will be area 1, and then this will be area 2. Now, based on the given, this is 250 by 350. Hindi pala. 250, and then yung ito, ang B2 is actually 300. While ito, this is 150 and 150. So, 300 plus 150 plus 150. So, this is actually 600. Tama, no? Okay. And then, ang H2, ano ba yung H2 is 350 na dito. Yan. Okay. So, let's proceed. Yan. So, area 1, based on our figure, will be 250 by 600. 250 times 600. Yan. 250 by 600. And then, area 2, area 2 will be 350 by 300. Okay? So, that's 350 times 300. I think okay na tayo dyan. So, total area, it's up to you if you will try to solve pa din. Anyway, you can just use your calculators later on to solve for the total area. Okay. So, after that, I think we can now use our Varignone's theorem. Now, I believe, no, ang iba sa inyo siguro, no, familiar sa yung mga tinatawag na calculator techniques, especially if you are solving for the centroid. Actually, no, yung calculator techniques, depende na sa inyo if gagamitin nyo yun. At you can actually just use yung basic concept talaga. Kasi yung, I believe kasi yung calculator techniques, yung shift solve mismo is actually a technique na. Now, may mga certain techniques later on na ituturo ko sa inyo. However, para bang, ano ba yung tamang term? Para bang redundant na if ituturo ko pa kasi ang concept mismo, you can easily understand naman ang concept. If you will memorize another way ba or another technique, in this case yung calculator, although madali, ang crucial kasi nun is if alam mo ba paano isolve. Some calculator techniques kasi requires certain conditions. Merong mga restraints ba before you can actually use that one. However, sa concept, ang concept kasi mas maintindihan natin. Again, for example, ang concept dito is Varignone's theorem. Napakadali, di ba? Area total barred x. Di ba? Ang Varignone's theorem natin, that is area total times x is equal to a1. Di ba? x1 plus a2 times x2. And then, ano nga ulit yan? Ang area total barred x. So, if I'll try to draw this figure by, for example, nandito yung barred x, yan. Di ba? Yan yung barred x. Okay, so area 1. So, ito yung Varignone's theorem natin. Area 1, yan. Ito pala. Yan. However, if I'll try to discuss a calculator technique, I'll be using a statistical function ba. Basically, I will input datas, for example, x and y, or x and frequency. Bali, yung x will be the corresponding area, and then frequency will be the weight. Actually, yung weight is the distance, para magiging distance niya. And then after nun, solve for the mean, parang ganun. So, medyo malilito ka pa compared sa actual na concept. Okay, which is why ang ituturo ko, I'll try to, as much as possible, I'll give you the pinaka madali ba, or in this case, pinaka understandable, and then yung concept tayo. Anyway, later on, obviously, no, we'll be using calculator techniques for certain equations. For example, 3 equations, 3 unknowns, 2 equations, 2 unknowns. Huwag ka na do not bother using method of substitution. We have your calculator man. Okay, now, yung mga deeper na calculator techniques na ginagamit yung stat function, again, I discourage for you guys to do that one kasi mas malilito lang kayo, mahihirapan compared sa concept. But again, there are case-to-case basis yan. There are certain situations wherein calculator techniques is actually very good, compared sa usual na concept. Okay? So, balik tayo dito. So, Varignone's theorem tayo. Yan. Okay. So, area total will be, I think, given, area total. So, to solve for barred x, bali, divide ko lang to, itong buo, and then divided by the area total. However, I do not have x1 and x2. But based on the figure, I think, madali mo lang intindihin, x1 will be this one, yan. Yung centroid ng area 1, which is nandito. So, that is 250 over 2. While x2 is the centroid of area 2 nandyan, which is from line 1, that is actually 250 plus 350 over 2. Again, by now, dapat alam na ninyo how to use variance theorem. This is very important sa design. Variance theorem locating for the centroid. It doesn't matter if the centroid is the area, the centroid is the forces, or kung anong centroid man yan. Rest assured, mapa-statics or theory, sa board exam, you cannot actually pass the subject without knowing how to solve for or without knowing how to use the variance theorem. Kasi this is parang basic lang to ba sa board exam, and then always na lumalabas kahit na sa concrete, sa statics, or sa kung anong subject man. Okay, in fact, sa mathematics, usually lumalabas to, especially sa geohydro, when you're talking about dams. Anyway, later na lang. So, proceed tayo. So, ilalagay ko dito na lang x1. So, x1 is actually equal to 250 over 2, while x2 is actually equal to 250 plus 350 over 2. So with that, we can now actually solve our barred x. So our barred x is actually 211.25 mm. Ay, sorry. Yan, 211.25 millimeters. Okay, so I think wala tayong problema sa number 1. Anyway, please call my attention if meron akong maling nasulat sa dito sa board. Okay, so let's proceed daw sa number. Hello?
Ang area total, sir, kay A1 plus A1 ang nabutang.
Okay. Salamat. Sorry. Okay, salamat. Again please call my attention if may mali akong nilagay. So, next, let's proceed sa area number 2 natin. So, for number 2, sandali. Wala pala. Okay, so for number 2, now this time, we will try to solve for the plastic centroid of the section. Again, for the plastic centroid, it is best not to divide the figure into different forces or rows of forces wherein alam natin kung saan yung distance niya from the line 1. So I think I'll try to draw again, ha. So mali tayo dito. Yan. So ito yung section natin. Again, I'll just consider the rows na lang, ha, of the yan. So meron tayong steel bar dito, 4. Meron tayong steel bars dyan, 2. And then, meron tayong steel bar dyan, which is 3. So, and then, concrete natin, i-divide natin. So, nandito yung centroid ng concrete, nandito din yung centroid ng concrete. So, tawagin natin to. So, this will be, yan. Tawagin natin yung isang, 2, 3. So, we actually have 5 different 5 different forces. We have 3 forces for the steel bars, and then we have 2 forces for concrete. Again, 3 forces yung steel bars natin kasi if you try to look at the figure, okay sana no kung 8 sana to dito kasi we can consider this one as 1 lang, yung 8 ba? If ever 8, kasi ang centroid ng 8 will obviously be nasa gitna. Same sa centroid ng concrete. However, since 6 yan, it's best no to divide this one by 4 and by 2. However, again, sa board exam, if ever 8 yan, yan, if ever 8 ba yung bars dyan, or for example, 6 bars. So, just consider this one, ang bar ninyo is nasa gitna. Nandyan lang sa gitna. And then, just consider it as 6. Okay? 6 siguro, 25 mm. Kasi, nandyan lang din sa gitna yung centroid. Ang problem kasi natin, pag kulang kasi yung nandyan, we cannot actually say na 5 and then nandito sa gitna. Kasi ang centroid ng 5 obviously will not be in the middle. Okay? However, alam natin na ang centroid ng 3 nandyan. Ang centroid ng 2 nandyan. Okay? So, balik tayo dito. Yan. So, label na lang, C1, C2, C3, and then C4, C5. Okay? Now, after nyan, next natin na kailangan is yung distances, di ba? Kailangan natin ng D1 lang. Tawagin natin ito D1. Okay, anyway, ilalagay ko lang dito D1. Kailangan natin dito ng D2, D3. Anyway, I think alam na, nag-guess yun na yung concept. So, huwag niyo kalimutan, no? In this problem, we need to consider the concrete area displaced by the compressive steel. Now, baka magtaka kayo, sir, paano natin gagawin sa na-consider natin yung concrete area? Does that mean na if we try to analyze the concrete, may butas ba dapat? So, pwede kasi no na, ganito. So originally, dapat sana ang concrete natin, when we try to analyze, for example, yung section, yung area 1, okay, yung area 1 ng concrete. When we try to analyze that area, dapat butas yan. Halo yan. Okay? Halo yan dapat. So, sir, pag halo yan, sir, ibig sabihin, sir, ang centroid ng concrete will not be nandan sa gitna. Kasi, medyo kulang ng area sa right side, di ba? I mean, sa left side. So, more or less, ang centroid niya will be nandyan sa gilid to the right kasi mas malaki yung area to the right. So actually, instead of doing that one, instead of considering the concrete area na kulang, ito yung gagawin natin. We will actually just consider the concrete area na sakto lang, which is 0.85 FC prime area 1. However, we need to subtract later on. Kailangan natin i-subtract kailangan natin i-subtract yung area na to. Okay? Kailangan natin i-subtract yan, which is 0.85 FC prime area ng steel. Okay? I hope nag-gets niya. Kailangan natin i-subtract later ng 0.85 FC prime area ng steel. So, ito yung gagawin natin. Instead of considering na ang area, instead of considering this area ba, na area 1 minus AST as a whole, medyo mahihirapan tayo kasi hindi natin alam ang centroid niyan. Sir, ano yung gagawin mo, sir, if you'll try to consider this one? So, later on, medyo marami na tayong kailangan i-consider, no? Ang technique na lang nito is ganito. If you will try to solve for the strength of the steel, di ba? Nasanay tayo na ang strength of the steel is Fy AS. Notice that this is actually AS din, no? Di ba? AS. We can actually cancel out AS. I mean, we can actually factor out AS. So, anyway, for example, i-add ko dito yung strength ng steel plus Fy AS. So, if you'll try to factor out AS, ang mangyayari dyan, ang AS mo, ang strength ng AS mo will be Fy minus 0.85 FC prime. This way, intact ang area and then alam din natin yung centroid ng AS. Alam na kasi natin yung centroid ng AS. However, hindi natin alam ang centroid ng A1 minus AST. Yan. Okay, if ever ba, we will factor out ito. Diba? Baka isipin nyo, sir, pwede nating i-factor out ang 0.85 FC prime. Yes, pwede nating i-factor out yan. However, if you'll try to look at the area, hindi pwede. Kasi hindi natin alam asan ang centroid niyan. Wala tayong distance na magagamit. Gagamit pa tayo ng Hagen-Varenius theorem. So, medyo mahirap na. However, if instead of factoring this one, what if ang i-factor natin ang AS? Para matitira pa din yan, no? Notice na ang area na makukonsider natin is still, alam natin ng centroid ng area 1, alam din natin ang centroid ng AS. Okay? So actually, same lang talaga yung ginawa natin last time. However, ang strength ng steel, yung Fy will be subtracted with 0.85 FC prime. That does not mean na mahina yung steel. It just means na we actually subtracted the concrete area na 0.85 FC prime AS. Okay? Yung strength ng concrete wala na wala. Okay? So anyway, balik tayo dito. So i-declare ko na yung mga variables natin. First is C1. Again, C1 will be stress times area. Again, stress will be Fy minus, minus 0.85 times FC prime. Okay, multiplied by area. Ang area natin is, ano yun? Apat na, yan, from the figure, C1 yan, apat na 20 mm diameter. Again, baka magtaka, sir, anim yan, no? Anim is, that is because of this 2. But this row, apat lang yan. So, you have 4, 20. So, 4 times pi over 4. X times 20 squared. Tama, no? So, declare pala natin, no, yung Fy and FC prime. So, Fy is actually, based on the problem, that is 415 and FC prime is 27.5. So, 415 and FC prime is 27.5. Okay, so ito yung C1 natin. Yan. Now, that is now the strength of our C1, which is based on our figure. Yan. Okay? Nandito yung C1 natin. Ito. Yan. Okay, now for C2, we have the concrete compressive strength. So, balik tayo dito. For concrete, same pa din. C2, that will be 0.85 times FC prime times the gross area of concrete na ito. Okay, which is based on our figure. Uy, nawala yan. Yan pala. Based on our figure, that's 250 by 600. Okay? Anyway, ilalagay ko dito. So, actually, area 1 yan, no? Same yan sa area 1. Ilalagay ko na lang. area 1. Okay lang na, baka magtaka kayo, sir. Akala ko ba, sir, we need to consider the concrete area displaced by the steel? Yes, however, hindi nyo makikita dito. Okay, dito nyo yan makikita. Okay, I think intindihan na bakit nandito yan kasi we factored out AS instead of 0.85 FC prime para alam natin yung centroid. Anyway, C3, based on our figure kanina, C3 will be same sa C1, however, dalawa lang. So, dalawang pi over 4, yan na, dalawa. Okay, C4 will be the stress dito sa isa. So, C4 will be 0.85 FC prime A2. Yan. And then, C5 will be, ito, yung strength ng apat na steel, that's apat na 28 mm. So, kopyahin ko lang to. Again, subtract pa din by, yan. And then, apat na 28 nga lang. Okay, so do you have any questions or clarifications with the forces? Naintindihan lang yung forces natin? Again, yung forces natin, C1 to C5, same lang talaga yan sa previous problem natin. However, ang kaibahan lang is, since we are considering the concrete area displaced by the steel, we need to subtract Fy with 0.85 FC prime. Tandaan nyo na, wag lang kayong malito. But, again ulitin ko sa board exam, always we neglect the concrete area kasi sinabi sa problem mismo. However, pag hindi sinabi, and then hindi din sinabing, pag hindi sinabi pero sinabi ba na consider the concrete area, then yan. Okay, sir, what if, sir, hindi sinabing neglect, hindi din sinabing consider, ano yung gagawin namin? Now, ganito yung gagawin niyo. First, try to neglect muna. Kasi yan naman talaga yung tama. Yung original taga, which is from the textbooks, we always neglect, di ba? Kaya nga ang equation ng column is 0.85 FC prime AG minus AST. However, if wala yung sagot by neglecting the concrete area displaced by the steel, then try to consider, try to neglect na daw. First is to consider pala. And then, pag consider nyo, kunin nyo yung, subtract Fy with 0.85. However, pag hindi lumabas, then neglect. Again sa book, halito na ako. Sa book kasi, always, we need to consider yung concrete area displaced by the steel. Kasi nga, di ba, AG minus AST dapat. However, sa board exam, always kasi na lumalabas, in words, nilalagay kasi na neglect, then, huwag nyo lang pansinin. However, pag hindi sinabing neglect, and then pag hindi din sinabing consider, first, you need to do what is right, which is yung consider. However, pag wala sa answer, neglect yun na. Sir, what if wala pa yan? Wala pa din. Wala tayong magagawa. Baka may mali na sa, mali na sa solution mo. Anyway, again do not skip. Mga ganitong klaseng problem, matataas, but try to, wag nyo skip ha, kasi alam na natin yung shortcut method, di ba? So, again, just store the values sa calculator. Anyway, kunin muna natin yung mga distances. So, D1, based on our figure, D1 will be, from here to here. Notice na hindi tayo sinabihan ng center to center cover. However, we are given with the ties. We have 40 mm na cover. So D1 will be 40 plus ang ties na 10 plus ang kalahati ng 20 mm, di ba? 40 plus ties na 10 plus kalahati ng 20 mm. So that's 20 over 2. So this is our D1. Now, for our D2, I think it's fairly obvious. No, D2 will be the centroid of area 1, which is based on our figure. The centroid of area 1 is 250 over 2. So, ilalagay ko dito, 250 over 2. Yan. For D3, yan. So, ang D3 natin, based on our figure, since this is still 20 mm, so pwede natin gawin na H1 minus yung D1, di ba? H1 minus yung D1 na nandito. Ano ba yung H1 ulit natin? 250. So, ilalagay ko dito. 250 minus D1. Ay, sorry. Okay, yan yung D3. Again sir. Ano yung mga distances na kinukuha mo? Again kailangan ko itong mga distances na to kasi from line 1 kasi tayo mag-variance theorem. So, ito yung actually D3. Diba? This is D1. So, this is also D1. Which is why D3 is equal to H1, which is yung, ito, H1 minus D1. Okay? So, I hope okay tayo dyan. Next, D4. So, D4 is actually just equal to the centroid dito. So, same lang yan dito, 250 plus 350 over 2. Solve na natin yan kanina. While D5, careful kayo ha, dito nagkakamali usually yung mga students. Iniisip kasi nila, D5, balik, sir, H1 plus H2 minus D1. Actually, hindi na minus D1. Kasi iba kasi yung diameter nito sa diameter dito. So, ang cover nito from centroid is iba din. Okay? So, if I'll try to solve ang cover dito, so ilalagay ko lang H1 plus H2 based on our figure. Asan na ba yung H1 and H2? So, H1 and H2 based on our figure, that's 250 plus 350, that's 600. So, balik tayo dito. So, ilalagay ko to dito, 600 minus ko to. However, instead of 20, instead of 20 over 2, that is actually 28 over 2. Importante yan ha, baka i-minus yung D1. Anyway, kaunti lang yung discrepancy, but still, no, baka magtaka kayo, bakit hindi mo exactly na tamaan yung sagot. Okay, once nakuha mo na to, you have the option to store all of these values sa calculator ninyo. Now, ako, usually, ang ginagawa ko, I just store the value sa calculator nito. Okay, ito, and then I actually manually input the values here. So, again, discardin nyo na yan how you will actually fit all of these characters sa calculator. The best way talaga is to store values. Okay, so for example, solving ko yung C1. So, I'll just type Fy na 415 minus 0.85 times FC prime. Ano yung FC prime natin? 27.5. And then times 4 times pi over 4 times 20 squared. And then, pag nakuha ko na yan, which is same lang ba? Tignan nyo, 49213. Store ko yan sa A. Okay? So, anyway, I'll be storing values dito. So, you have the option to do this one sa board exam. Again, ito na lang yung gawin niyo para mas madali. Okay? I-store mo sa C naman yung isa, 24, ano yun? 6065. Hindi ko na lang itatype manually ha, yung equation. Store sa C, and then 245, and 245, 4375. Store ko dito sa D. Okay, and then last is 964575.795. Store ko sa E. And then don't forget the resultant. Kailangan natin ng resultant dito. So I'll try to add this one. So CT na lang, ilalagay ko dito C, total will be C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4 plus C5. Okay? So that resultant, i-add natin yan. So for example, i-add ko yan dito. I-add natin A plus B plus C plus D plus E. And then yan, makukuha natin yung resultant, i-store ko sa F. Okay? So with that, pwede ko nang gawin yung Varignone's theorem. So for the Varignone's theorem, basically the resultant multiplied by the unknown x distance, that must be equal to area 1, or in this case, force 1, multiplied by the distance of force 1 from our figure, that is 60. I mean, from our blackboard natin ba? I mean, whiteboard natin, that's 60 plus B, distance ng B is actually 125, plus C, distance ng C is 190, plus D, distance ng D is 425. Okay, plus E, distance ng E is 536. And then shift solve ka lang. So, equals lang. And then just remember, if you'll try to solve for X, make sure na bibigyan mo ng idea yung calculator on the possible answer. Anyway, walang problema kasi linear equation man na to, one equation man na. So, kahit hindi mo lagyan, madali lang isosolve yung answer. So, yung sagot natin is 270.726. Okay? So, I hope okay tayo dito ha. Anyway, lalagay ko na lang dito. C2 times dito. So, same lang talaga to last time. However, just remember yung concept, no? If ever steel displaced is considered. Steel area displaced by concrete is considered. Okay, so we have our question number 2. Now, for number 3, actually, yung number 3, you can easily answer number 3 without answering numbers 1 and 2. Tanong nyo yung question number 3, oh. Yan. Uy, nakalimutan ko ilagay, sorry. So anyway, for the question number 3, if the T section daw is reinforced such that the plastic centroid of the section falls 280, again ha, hindi 272. Originally, the plastic centroid is 270. However, sinabi dito no na if it is reinforced no such that 280 daw ang plastic centroid from line 1, ano daw ang moment if a factored load PU which is 320 is acting along the x-axis. Nakalimutan ko i-cut dito. That is 400 mm pala. Okay, from line 1. Okay, so same lang yung ginawa natin last time. Okay, so M basically MU is simply equal to PU times E. Okay, so ang PU natin, binigay na sa problem. So, copyhin ko na lang. Ang PU is already given sa problem. Ano ba yung PU natin? 3,200. So, and then multiplied by, eccentricity natin will be 400 mm from line 1. However, the eccentricity is from the distance sa plastic centroid. So, we need to subtract yung plastic centroid na 280. And just divide that by 1,000 para ang sagot natin is kilonewton meter. Okay? So, do you have any questions? Actually, same na to last time, but dito, meron lang tayong nabago sa strength ng steel natin dito. Subtract 0.85 Apsi prime. Okay, any questions before we move on sa next problem natin? Actually, yung next problem natin will be eccentrically loaded column na.